Hello everybody, it's Tim here again for another review. I figured I might as well knock out two birds with one stone. I just did the review for the final episode of Chucky Season 2, so I figured why the hell not review this new Wednesday series, which is just binge the entire show, or the entire first season in this one day. Now there will most likely be a Season 2. As far as this first season goes, I'm going to talk about the good, talk about the bad, and pretty much condense this video down and this review down to kind of a quick one. Jenny Ortega, I think she does a great job as Wednesday, but because this is stretched out to a series format, or a season format, honestly, the Wednesday character is just kind of one note, and that's part of her development in the season. Like, she's shutting herself off or whatever from everybody else. It's played into that Wednesday, like, deadpan face thing, whatever. She's the goth chick, basically. And she's shutting herself off to everybody. She doesn't want to get close to anybody. Like, she sees that as, like, weakness. And, of course, that's going to be her arc of eventually going and trusting people and learning that it's okay to have friends, basically. These people like picking on her brother. You see it in the preview where she like dumps piranhas in the pool. One of the guys' nuts get bit off or whatever. But he lives, and she ends up getting sent to like this Nevermore Academy. I'll say this: this easily could have been condensed down to just like a standard Tim Burton length movie. This easily could have been condensed down. As far as this goes for this first season, I will go ahead and say it from 1 to 4. I'd give it a solid 3 out of 4. Now, once again, now just to talk about it, I am more of the target audience for this. I'm of course like a goth heavy metal type dude. And for me personally, overall, this was a 3 out of 4. It was not great. They stretch it out more than it really needs to go with some extra side plots, and some side plots just happen and don't really add anything to it. Like, you got this whole thing about Gomez like may have murdered someone or whatever, but of course you find out he actually didn't, and Morticia had to kill the guy with a sword because he was going to kill Gomez. And that just kind of like fills up like 1 or 2 episodes and just gets taken out. And there's like this black kid or whatever who's like abusive towards the outsider kids who are at the Nevermore Academy and all that. And he ends up like starting to turn over a new leaf and has to like wash windows at the academy and everything. And he starts making friends with this black girl who's like a siren or whatever, which is kind of like a mermaid type thing and all that, where she like can use her voice to manipulate people and all that. Which I think these characters like manipulate men in mythology. But anyway, he starts making friends with her and all that, and starts kind of seem like he's going to turn over a new leaf. But then he just completely disappears from the rest of the remainder of the season, and he's just gone. Jenny Ortega, like I said, she does a great job as Wednesday, but the problem is that Wednesday overall is kind of a one-note character, and she just pretty much is doing like the Christina Ricci thing that was started in that with the deadpan type vibe and all that. She overall does a great job. This is probably the smartest version of Wednesday, and how she wants to solve mysteries and all that, the Nevermore Academy and everything. But at the same time, though, Wednesday is still mostly a one-note character until her character eventually does grow by the end of the season. So it's just kind of like the shtick is just not, it's not really enough to sustain like an entire show or entire season. And I'm not really sure how they're going to do like a season 2 and 3 of this with Wednesday like coming back to this Harry Potter type place and just keep solving mysteries and all that. The chick who plays her friend at the academy does a really good job. She's really likable. She's like this blonde-haired werewolf girl who eventually, is going to turn into a werewolf by the end of the final episode, which she does. There's like 2 love interests in this show, or in this first season. You got one dude who's like a painter who's like obsessed with Wednesday because she saved him as a kid. And they didn't show a flashback to it. Maybe if they did, I could have bought it more. But he's just like completely obsessed with her, and he keeps like drawing pictures of her and shit like all the time. Then you got this other dude who's like the sheriff's son, and he's like more of just like an everyman who you find out at the end he's actually secretly evil. Which I should have seen that coming because they try their hardest to like put the dude who paints Wednesday's pictures and all that as like the main red herring. And by the end, it's like, okay, it's going to be the sheriff's son. You can kind of see that coming. But also, I like the double twist they have where it's Christina Ricci as the villain at the end. And they're like trying to summon this pilgrim or whatever to murder all the outsider kids and everything. Christina Ricci gets killed at the end, which is one thing they do make clear in here is that like the Addams Family clan doesn't really kill people. They will maim people and all that if they have to, if they're trying to hurt them or hurt their family. But they don't really kill people. But at the end, though, you get the impression that Wednesday actually kills Christina Ricci at the end, like after she's been stung a lot by bees by one of these other kids who's like helping her out. So that kind of felt like out of nowhere. Like, I would have been fine with Christina Ricci just getting arrested. I don't really think you needed to kill her, but maybe she just wanted to die so she could go off and keep doing more seasons of Yellow Jackets if that show's still on or whatever. I don't know. But it's still cool to have her here. She does overall a good job, but she's not in like a big lot of this. But I do like the idea that she winds up being the like main culprit behind everything. The sheriff's son being into it or whatever, and him like coming to find out he's like some kind of like Hyde creature who transforms into like a Jekyll and Hyde type thing. That was kind of interesting, but at the same time, you find out the only reason he's evil is really because Christina Ricci literally kidnapped the dude in flashbacks and was like abusing him and brainwashing him and driving him crazy, and she became his master. So he's basically kind of a victim, and by the end, he just like gets in a fight with the werewolf girl, gets shot by his cop dad, and his dad takes him and he's like getting hauled off to prison at the end, I guess. And he's starting to like transform. So you get the idea he's gonna like come back in a season 2, which they're probably gonna get. This is gonna get a season 2. Overall, like I said, 3 out of 4. Jenny Ortega, she does a great job here as this character and from what they're writing for her. But overall, the Wednesday character is just not that like hugely interesting. So overall, I would say this is the second best version of Wednesday after Christina Ricci's version. Only in second place because this didn't really need to be a series, and as a season, you just get maybe too much of such a one-note character. Like before this, Wednesday was easily the most popular character of the Addams Family because of the Christina Ricci performance. And me included, and a lot of people were like, you know what, they just do a Wednesday thing. Let's do a Wednesday thing. Now that we got one, I'm kind of like, maybe that was not such a great idea. Not because this is bad. It isn't. This is good. This is a 3 out of 4. Good, fine, entertaining season of a show. But at the same time, this didn't really need to be made. Uncle Fester shows up in here played by Fred Armistad, I think is his name. I believe the dude's on Saturday Night Live, but he's awesome. He's really fun when he shows up. He's almost so over-the-top fun that he kind of doesn't fit with the tone of the show. You find out he's like this criminal and all that. He's on the run. He's not a killer or anything, but he like steals and stuff, and things was helping him out. Give him a show. That could, I would love that. But yeah, overall for what this is, 3 out of 4. I liked it. Good first season, good start, but kind of a little disappointed in it. Still, this is the best thing Tim Burton's done in like a while. I still like Tim Burton. I'm still a fan of him, but he hasn't made like anything great in a long time. He still makes good stuff, but not he doesn't make anything great anymore really. But he still makes good, solid, entertaining stuff. And this falls into that category. 3 out of 4, good, solid entertainment. Similar to like Big Eyes, which was another one that was good, enjoyable, fun entertainment. Same thing here. Yeah, overall 3 out of 4. Jenny Ortega does a great job, but at the same time, this character's not really interesting enough in terms of writing to really sustain an entire show. And the tone of this is kind of like a little more CW, really, like a teen show. So this will probably play better to that demographic. But as far as my opinion on it, I liked it. I'll check out season 2. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.